Welcome to Cooking with Andrea. Today I'm going to be doing a Tuscan soup. I'm going to start with making my own broth for the soup. I needed some chicken for this week, and I thought since I'm going to do chicken, we're going to do our broth. And so we'll have fresh broth for our soup. First, I'm going to start out with just a teaspoon of lemon pepper. That's going to be my salt, my pepper, my go-to. It's going to enhance the flavor of my fresh broth. So, second of all, I'm going to go ahead and put some chicken in here. I have 3 thighs. You know, we always buy the big packets when we find them on sale because, boy, chicken can be expensive. So when you see chicken on sale, boy, you really have to just grab it. So what I try to do is, it's kind of funny. All of us like different kinds of cuts of chicken. My husband's favorite is legs and wings. Mine are thighs, and my mom and son love the breast meat. And then I'll eat wings too. I like wings. But, so I have to buy all this chicken, and then I have to go ahead and separate it. So, oops, good Lord, making a mess here. I'm putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of chicken right now, because I may have 2 extra left over, which is fine. I don't have to worry about it. I'll try stuffing them in there, but I don't want to overcrowd my pot, because if I can't, what I'll do is put them in my oven and just roast them off a little bit. So I'm going to drop carrots, and I have 2 cups of carrots here. And I did all my carrots. My carrots were starting to get old in my fridge, so I wanted to use it. Plus, it'll give, you know, my broth a good flavor. I have 2 large stalks of celery, and I'll put everything that I put in to make my broth and to flavor my chicken, because this chicken is going to be used for something next week or this week for dinners. So I'm just merely making my broth for my soup today. I have 1 large white onion, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cloves of garlic. Not too big. They're about this size, so I've got 7. That's up to you. That's optional, how much you like in there. I like garlic. I like carrots in there. I feel that gives it a good sweet. And I have plenty of room for the next 2 legs, so I'm going to go ahead and cook it. All I put in is 4 cups of water. That's it. I'm using my tongs so I don't have to get my hands yucky and spread chicken yucky around the kitchen. I already washed my chicken and everything, because we vacuum seal our own chicken. So at that point in time is when we clean our meats and we start cooking them. Or cleaning them, and then we pack them, because we don't want it all over our kitchen. We don't want to have to touch 2 and 3 times. So what I'm going to do is turn my pot on. I'm going to put it as a hot pot. That means it'll be up to 460 degrees. What I'm going to do is get it started. Let everything come to a boil, and then I'll drop the heat, and then we'll just go ahead and get it cooked. It'll cook for about an hour and 20 minutes tops, but I believe it'll be about an hour. And then what we'll do is we'll come back, and then I'll show you how I strain the vegetables and take the chicken out, and I use this broth for my soup my Tuscan soup that I'm going to make today, which has no chicken in it. It's actually a very wonderful kind of sausage. We're going to do a smoked sausage with an Italian sausage, a smoked Italian sausage, and a smoked or an Italian sausage. But we'll get to that. We'll be back in an hour so we can collect our broth and start our soup. Okay, I wanted to show you the prep that's going into with my soup here. Okay, so we have our chicken and vegetables boiling so we can make our own broth for our Tuscan soup. I just wanted to go ahead and let you know, because you know I'm going to puree my onion, which is a whole white onion, large, and I've got 10 pieces or 10 cloves of garlic here. Just wanted to let you see, because I want to take the time when I go off camera to puree these, because that's what's going to go in my soup. I don't want to waste your time online doing that. So I'm going to get these pureed, the onion and the garlic, for you right away. I also have my potatoes. You know, my family likes their potatoes small cubed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, and I could do it by hand, but I'm going to actually keep everything nice and uniform, and I'm going to use my little chopper here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potatoes, and I've already cut them and washed them really well. They're very nice and clean. Got them soaking. I'm going to go ahead and get these chopped up, so when it's time, you don't have to watch me chop the potatoes. Also, really important, I wanted to take the time. You're supposed to use bacon with this soup, which I love bacon. I'm probably a carnivore more than anything, so I wanted to go ahead and get the bacon cut up. So I did a little bit of it, but I want to take more time frying the bacon than cutting the bacon with you online. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to cut this up real fast in little strips, and when it's time after we get the broth done, then what we'll do is we'll assemble, because everything will be ready, you know, to go at that point where we cook the bacon fresh, the sausage fresh. But I just wanted to do this ahead of time and just show you a little bit so that we can cook. It's more important to cook than to see all the prep. Okay, so these are 2 sausages. They're smoked Italian that I got in Petaluma. They smell wonderful. So awesome. I never had seen smoked Italian sausage before. Then when I went ahead and this is my go-to. I love this New York style mild Italian. Oh, let me tell you, this is hot. This is very hot. So I'm only using 2, because you're supposed to either use sweet or spicy. So I decided we were going to go ahead and use 4 of the, or we're going to use 3 of these and 2 of these. And that'll make my pound of sausage. But what you have to do is you have to take the casings off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the casings off, and then when we come back, it'll be just like that, and then we'll smash it up in the pan. So we're good to go. I'm just going to let everything continue to cook, and I'm going to get everything prepped and chopped, so when it's time, we'll come back and actually just start cooking and start assembling our soup. So we'll be back. Okay, welcome back. We have our broth done. It made 6 cups of broth, fresh broth. So we are good to go. That's enough for my soup today. And remember, you guys, today I had extra time. Today I'm cooking like crazy. Today we're not going to have anything big for dinner, so I don't have to cook all day and then cook dinner as well. You don't want to do from scratch things on days where you guys have tough days. Whoever's doing the cooking that day, use broth. Use a carton of broth. You know, another one I use too is I actually use this broth here, and or bullion, and it's perfect. I'm heating my pan right now. It's nice and hot. I'm going to drop it to 425 instead of 460. I'm going to brown the half of bacon that I showed you that I was cutting up last time we went to camera, or went to when we went to break. So I have the same pot. We're going to use 1 pot today and only 1 pot. So my soup is a play on the Olive Garden soup, zuppa toscano. Mine is Andrea's way, because Andrea has to have pureed garlic and onion. Andrea likes lemon pepper. And today I did my own from scratch broth. If I didn't have time and I just wanted this soup, then I would have just used broth that I buy in the carton. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit more. Okay, boy, this cooks nice and hot. And I don't want anything to burn. We don't want any burning flavors. But I just want to get this all rendered. And then what I'm going to do, after I get this cooked, then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do the sausage together. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cooked, and I'll be right back. Okay, bacon is done. Nice and crispy. We don't want it too crispy where it's burned, but we want it crispy so it holds up to the heat of the soup. Okay, I'm going to put my pan back on. I had to cool it off, turn it down. Now we're going to go ahead and put our mild Italian sausage, and we have a smoked Italian sausage. This one I got in a Specialty Farms in Petaluma. This one I got at my regular grocery store. Both are delicious though. Okay, I'm going to do a hot pot real fast. And I'm going to drop the heat way down to 260. And I'm going to go ahead and just put my sausage in. Because I took the casings off. Just want to remind you, you have to take the casings off because it'll make the soup a whole different texture with the casing on. So I'm just going to drop it in. Because what we're going to do is we're just going to start chopping it up and letting it do its magic. So I'm going to go ahead and put that over there. I have my potatoes cut real nice and my kale's all clean, just letting it dry here on my board. And then what we'll do is we'll take it off and then we'll go ahead when it's time, we'll put it in our soup. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start smushing this Italian sausage and Italian smoked sausage. Boy, you know, you can really get lucky sometimes when you go to small butchers, especially out in the country, I swear. You can find some great deals. And another thing you can find is somebody who has this mind where I'm going to create my own thing. I love going to places like that when it's foods, meats, breads, anything. Even just crafts and stuff. I love that. So basically all I'm doing is chopping this up. I'm going to get it all ground up. The thing is not to be super fine, not so uniformed, the meat. Just in nice little chunks. Get everything cooked in it. As soon as I get everything cooked in it, we're going to come back and I'll show you. And then what we're going to do is our onion and garlic. Okay, sausage is done. So let me get back into this little sausage story here for a second. This one is very spicy. I'm going to try it. So it is smoked Italian hot sausage. And the other one is mild Italian sausage. So the dark one has the smoke and the heat. It is spicy. It is good, but it has a spice to it. So what you want to do is you can use, like I said, this is Andreas, way of doing it. Everybody has a little different way of doing it, from way they cut their potatoes to what they actually use for sausage. You want to use something, if you like sweet sausage, which I'm not a fan of sweet sausage, so that's why I use spicy, or I use mild sausage. So what you want to do is use what you and your family would like. So that's all I really have to say. But like I said, that cute little place we had gone to, that little farmer out in Petaluma, meat market or butcher, it was just just astronomically awesome. He had so many different sausages, and there was not one we didn't like. Even like I said, I could feel a little bit of burning, but it's a good burn. I only used 2 pieces with all this regular mild because you won't feel the heat. Another thing is in this soup, you usually use a little red pepper flake for spice, and you don't have to with this sausage. It's going to flavor everything. So my leftover oil, I'm just going to go ahead, because it's from my sausage. I dumped my bacon one before I came back on camera, just so you know. But that's just from the sausage. I'm going to start the pan, and we're going to do onions and garlic. So I'm going to drop it down to 300. But I still have to get it hot a little bit. Actually, I'm not going to drop it down to 300. I'm going to drop it to 390. Because, see, I have a lot of liquid because I have to puree my onion. Oh, you hear the sizzle? That's perfect. Now it's going to calm and cool my pan down significantly because mine is pureed and I have much more liquid in my onion and my garlic than you guys would have if you just chopped it up. We like it this way. Even my husband likes it this way because he likes when the soup, there's a lot of chunk in the soup with the bacon, the potato. He likes that the onion, because he gets the flavor, and the garlic is pureed because of all the other chunks. Let me pull this big piece of onion out. So, you know me, Andrea, oops, I keep dropping it in there. Ow, it's hot. But I cannot have that big old piece of onion in my pot. There's always one, so just search. Because this is a really nice way to eat a soup or something if you don't like the onion and garlic so big. It's gonna just go down and cook, and it's gonna be delicious. As soon as I get this one cooked, what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our stock, or we're gonna add in our potatoes, which I'm gonna go ahead and finish cooking the onion. I'm gonna go ahead and drain the water from the potato so I don't have a lot of extra liquid in my pan. So as soon as the onions are done, we'll be back. Okay, onions and garlic are done. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, got my wonderful potatoes. I have 5 russet potatoes, and I just cubed it. Mine looks like a lot more than 5, but it's not. It's because mine are small. My husband likes when we eat potato soup, and you know, for it to be a nice small size, not so big, you know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna mix this up real nice right here, because my onions are pureed with my garlic. Mine, I don't have as much like bits on the bottom, because you know how garlic kind of gets a bit on the bottom and an onion, but because mine are pureed, they cook a little bit faster. So I'm just mixing my potatoes in, and what I'm going to do is put my 6 cups of liquid broth right here, and then I'm going to go get 3 more cups of water. Okay, and my broth tastes really good, and I am good. And then the only thing I'm going to do now is I'm just going to taste my broth, because I may want to add 1 teaspoon or tablespoon of boy, you can taste the beautiful broth. You can also taste the garlic and the onion. Okay, so this is where I'm going to take 1 tablespoon. This is going to be my salt, so I won't add any salt to my soup. This is my salt. This is my just extra flavoring, and I always do that. A lot of times this is what I use for salt or for flavoring agent, because when I first made this soup the first time, oh my gosh, I was so afraid. I was like, oh man, I don't think this is going to come out right. You know, how is there no seasonings? But I didn't realize the sausage had its seasoning, the bacon had its seasoning, and I'll be doggone, you know, it came out. But that's how I first used this, because I got paranoid going, not enough seasoning. So now I'm going to go ahead, now that I have everything mixed in, I'm going to go ahead and turn my pot up to 390. I want to start it boiling. I'm going to cook my potatoes. You want your potatoes just to be barely fork tender, because you don't want them mushy, especially me. Mine are going to cook fast because mine are small. But they're all about the same size, which is good. That's what you're looking for when you're doing potatoes, because if they're not the same size, that's when some are cooked and some are not. I want them all cooked, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ladleful out at the end. I'm going to drop them in this container. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to smash them real fast, because see, that's going to thicken my pot. Oh, along with my heavy cream. I didn't want to bring my heavy cream out too soon. So here's my heavy cream. That's what's going to also thicken and give it the color it needs to have, like all the Tuscany soups. You know, they have cream in them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let this boil. Come to a boil. Get the potatoes cooked perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stand here and I'm going to do the kale. I already tore the kale off. Now what I'm going to do is just do it a little bit finer, because I don't want real big pieces in. But as soon as this is done boiling, we'll come back, because I don't want to keep you online for such a long time, because to make your stuff from scratch, it takes time. So we're good to go. As soon as this is up and boiled, potatoes are boiled, we'll come back and finish the soup. Welcome back. Okay, I'm going to take out some potatoes like I told you. Just a few, because I made mine a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to mush those and drop them back into my soup. But I want to go ahead and do something first. I want to get my kale in. Went ahead and took and cut my kale up. Nice. It's perfect. I'm going to drop it in here. Drop it in there. And I'm going to give it a swoosh. And I'm going to do some pepper right this minute. Get it in. And then I'll pepper it one more time on the top because my family likes a lot of pepper. Plus, I think this soup is perfect with a lot of pepper. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my heavy cream in. It's going to drop my heat really low because it's nice and cold, which it's supposed to do. This is going to give me my beautiful color. Beautiful color. And then what I'm going to do is just bring this up to a boil real fast. And as soon as it comes up to a boil, then what I'm going to do is take and dump the meat in, and I'm going to put the cheese in, and then we're ready to serve. It's a good soup. It's a lot of parts, you know, for me to do the soup on camera, but you know, if you were doing it, it's really not that bad. It's not that time consuming for something that tastes really delicious. And like I said, the broth is good. And even if you didn't make your own home broth, I still think you should use a tablespoon of chicken stock. I do that. And I'm going to tell you something else. We always joke about me because I don't like the crunch of an onion. But when I did this soup the first time, I was able, because two things I'll do because I don't like the crunch of onion. I'll make the onion very big so I could just pull the pieces out. But I'll tell you something. There's a trick and a secret. When you puree your onion and your garlic together and you put it in the soup, I think it's 10 times more magical than you just sauteing it, because in every bit you can taste that wonderful taste of the garlic. To me, well, along with the meat and stuff, it does make the soup. I do like cream-based soups though. So I'm just going to add this little bit of mash back in. It's going to thicken my soup a little bit, but you don't want the soup to be too thick because you have a lot of chunks. But this is a thickening agent for me. So my soup, it's already back up to boil. Everything's great. Should put a little bit more kale in. I didn't put all my kale in. I put a lot of it in, but not all my kale. Okay. And you saw I dumped a little bit of the grease from the, not too much, from the Italian sausage. Remember, I got hot sausage, and I have hot Italian smoked sausage, and I have just Italian sausage, mild Italian, New York mild Italian. Oh, this looks beautiful. Okay, this looks fantastico. I'm gonna take half a cup of grated parmesan. I'm just gonna put it in there. And then you can do more Parmesan if you'd like in each person's bowl. But I'm going to tell you a little trick I do because I love cheeses. I love Italian. I love cheeses from Spain, from Italy, wherever. I love cheese. Oh man, I'm bad. I'm going to get a little cup. Good thing I don't mind washing dishes either because boy, I sure got a little mess there. So I'm going to take my little bowl here. And I'm going to take a bite of this soup. And this is a hearty, chunky little soup. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some manchego cheese. It's a Spanish cheese. And you don't have to do this. This is just optional. But I love Parmesan. I love the dry cheeses, and I'm just going to sprinkle it over the top. And then I'm going to show you how I sprinkled it over. Took one little piece of my manchego. And then I am also going to salt the soup. Pepper the soup. And then I'm going to also pepper my little bowl because I want to try my little bowl. But I love lots of pepper, and my family loves pepper. So what we're going to do is we're going to heavily pepper. If you don't like that much, don't put that much in. It's okay. Let them put it in when it gets to the table. Remember, this is your soup. Hey, you have to eat this soup. You have to go spend the money on those groceries to eat. So you better make it the way you like it and your family likes it. Otherwise, they're going to be like, I'm hungry. I need to eat again. Kitchen's closed. So we're going to try this. Just going to wipe off my counter a little bit. Jeepers creepers, I sure made a mess. I'm going to just pull this to the side. I'm going to take a little bite. So this is how it looks. Absolutely gorgeous. You have sausage, you have bacon, you have potato, you have kale, cream, broth. I better take a bite of everything. I don't want to burn myself though. My luck, I'll burn myself. I have to take a bite in 2 bites. It's hot. Potatoes are perfect. The kale is so good because you know kale is such a strong-bodied vegetable. You know, I love cold spinach, but I hate spinach cooked because the body doesn't stay. It gets stringy in. Not so yummy. This is definitely a different soup. This is a good soup. I like this soup. We eat a lot of soups. Today it's cold, but not too cold. We're happy because we could be really freezing here, but we're not today, so we're good. If you like the content of this soup, if you would please like, share, and subscribe, I'd be most grateful. Remember, this is Andreas' take of zuppa toscana. My Tuscan soup is what I call it. But I want to thank you, and I hope you all have a blessed week, and I'll see you soon.